Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so instead of going into all the details, basically I was outside, um, and I don't get above ground level very often for too much. What I mean by that is like I don't get up on the roof for anything. But today we were cleaning the like the gutters up on the house. So I decided I was like, this certain section of the roof, it's only like 8 feet above the ground, like the edge of it. Then it slopes up, and I'm thinking to myself, I've really hated heights in the past, but screw it, I want to try something new. I want to do something new, so I decide to get up there. I'm climbing up, everything's going fine, and then I get up there, and it, like all of a sudden I get overtaken with the feeling of, oh shit, I don't want to be here. And so I'm up on the roof, and it was like one of those weird things where basically for some stupid reason I decided, yeah, vertigo basically. I decided to lay on my back. Wrong thing to do. Should have stayed standing up. So now I'm on my back at a slope. And it doesn't help that our front yard drops again because it's like walled off, so it drops even further. So I'm just looking out. So the angle that I'm at, it doesn't look like it's only an 8-foot drop. The angle that I'm at makes it look like I'm slowly sliding towards a 100-foot drop because I'm angled in that direction, and that's where my equilibrium sort of balancing at. So it's just very interesting to find myself trying to be in a sort of ESTP, yeah, go get 'em sort of. I'm just gonna try something. I'm just gonna do something awesome. I get up there, I'm like, oh shit, I'm a fucking idiot.
Did you
And
successfully get down without hurting yourself?
I successfully got down without hurting myself, but not without having a slight panic attack and extroverting a few expletives on the way down. Um,
That's the
but
soundtrack to our life. Is what the fuck was I thinking? What the fuck was I thinking?
what's funny though is the second
I'm nothing.
it was funny because I realized that when it comes to certain sensor sort of things, I can suck really bad. But at the same time, the second my foot was on the ladder, I was heading back down. I was like, "Hey, I can do this. I can do this again." Like the second I succeeded, I didn't regret it. I only regretted it while I was up there.
Well,
Um,
I'll tell you a story of what the fuck was I thinking. It happened back when I was in college. It was a long time ago. It was the day that the bay that we were at. I went to a college that was right by the beach, and there's a little like bay kind of a thing. It was very choppy. It was pretty high seas, and there was a little island out there. And I was like, I could swim to that island. And I got out there and I realized, first of all, the ocean's going up and down like this. So there's no way to get on the island without tearing yourself to a million pieces because the rock's all super sharp and barnacle-y, and it's not really an island, it's like a rock. It's like a sharp, craggy death rock in the middle of the bay, right? So, and I'm drunk, of course. I I'm swimming out there and I'm realizing, Jesus Christ, this is kind of nuts. Like, this is further away than I thought. I'm way the fuck out here. And I really had to push myself to swim back into shore. When I got back into shore, I just thought to myself, man, Eric, you are one fucking stupid guy. But, like always, no repercussions.
that's what I'm saying. I managed to sort of dodge the bullet on a few occasions, and it's like I look back, I'm like, wow, that could have gone really badly.
Yeah, those sort of things always give you pause. I know I've had plenty of such occasions in my life where I think, God, that could have gone really badly. What the hell was I thinking? It usually does change my behavior for a little while, but if it doesn't have big consequences, then it's kind of hard to feel strongly motivated to change the behavior.
Eventually, it will become reinforcement of the opposite of what you're trying to teach yourself.
Yeah, you'll learn to not trust your own fear instincts, which is very silly. I think it's unwise to not trust one's own fear instincts. How about the rest of us here in the room? Anybody else have any habit of doing dumb shit? Or of taking chances that they glad they took that they were scared to take, or some sort of equivalent. I'm open to hear anybody's input.
doesn't matter. You can actually shut that. Yeah. I'm not in it anymore.
Driving was scary. So at first you thought driving was scary, but now you do it. My daughter thought driving was scary at first too. At first she wouldn't go on the freeway for quite a while. Now she doesn't care at all. It's something you get used to. I had
It's
a
also a
ton.
normal part of life, so you don't really get credit for doing something that you kind of have to do. Not to be a douche, but
Yeah, she had a time limit pushed on her. Oh, JC's here too. Hi, JC. Do you have any stories of doing shit you wish you hadn't done? Like being like, oh, I'm lucky I got out of that one. I got out of that by the skin of my teeth. I was riding a horse without tack, says LC. So just riding on the back of the horse without any reins or saddle or anything. It
It all
was.
started one day when I was doing mule polo, and I got thrown from my mule haunches.
Yeah, Hotches, huh? Is that your mule's name?
Hotches.
Oscar?
Yep.
I like that. I like that your mule has a name. All right, let me read LC's thing here. I was riding a horse without tack. It was hailing and thundering, and the horse got spooked. We were galloping downhill, and I thought, well, if I'm going to die, I may as well have fun before I fall off. So I kicked the horse to spur it faster, which also pulled it out of the spook. That's a good story. I like that story. You got horses wherever you live in Europe. You live in horse country. We don't have a lot of horses around here, unfortunately.
Horses grow in Europe, right? That's where they grow. That's where you get it from.
Yeah, you have to-
They have the horse factory there.
That's where they make the horses. Anybody else have a story of death avoided or of adventurous SE regretted or something of that sort?
Yeah, I was driving a car one time, and somehow I started like daydreaming, and I suddenly found myself in the lane where the other cars are coming from, and the guy honking, and so I just quickly got out of the way.
So
I was
then,
like, what the hell was that? What the hell?
did you pay better attention thereafter, or did it not really change your behavior?
Yeah, so yeah, I kept like I tried to keep concentrating. I was constantly thinking like, why was that happening? Trying to find out what the cause of that was. You know,
It's
so it
'cause-
doesn't happen again.
It's because you're an
Yeah, just-
INTP. You were too busy thinking about why it is you don't pay attention to the road, and that's what caused you to not pay attention to the road.
I don't know. No, I did that afterwards. Like I just wanted to finish, like to reach where I was going. You know, after that happened, I wanted to reach my destination safely. So I kept like there's a process that I kept in the background of my head, checking whether I'm daydreaming or not, until I reached the destination, and then I like thought about it heavily. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
So you-
Makes perfect sense.
paying too much attention to paying attention or something.
No, that was my joke, actually.
like that.
He was thinking about something, though.
Oh,
I used to ride a motorcycle. I had a close call or two on the motorcycle that gave me a great deal of pause. Eventually, I started riding it pretty safely.
I sometimes. Oh,
I
good.
got a good point. I have no time.
I sometimes get that with stuff where, like, if I'm driving or even something as simple as walking, I'll think to myself like I'll be focusing on how is it going to be perceived how I'm doing this thing? Does this look right? And then it causes me to not focus on actually doing the thing, and then I end up looking like a jackass anyway.
Well,
Yes, yes.
Don't be a
This one
jackass.
also, this one also happens a lot. Like, am I moving my hands correctly? This is how they should go, or am I doing something weird? Like, I don't know, man. Something like that I have to think about also.
Oh, wait, he's doing his hand.
For me, I don't worry about that too long, though. Then I start getting, like, mentally involved in, like, NI-related concepts while I'm trying to do something. Or I'll start projecting forward, thinking about, like, starting kind of not really planning ahead, but just sort of thinking about what is going to happen next, which is basically how I ended up totaling my car. It was like the last turn. I drove like 25 minutes to work each day. It was the last turn. I was turning into the place, and I got freaked out because there were all these people in their cars, and I couldn't see anyone. So FE was like, I don't know what to do. And so I'm thinking, I'll just turn left here, except I didn't have a clear view, so I got T-boned. Not like it was their fault; it was my fault. And then the whole, all the accusations of guilt started up, and you shoulda, you ought to have been doing better, things like that. So then they gave me a clean bill of health. I didn't get injured or anything, so I just walked home from the hospital. It's like a 3-mile walk. I was like, screw it, I'm just walking home.
Well, that's FE's. What kind of FE is that? Positive or negative? When you're trying to avoid being perceived.
Self-deprecating FE.
Yeah, you're trying to avoid being perceived as being a bad driver, so that would be negative FE, I think. Reminds me of the
it's trying
time
to
I
handle
was too lazy.
perceptions.
I gotta read this one. Magnus says, it reminds me of the time I was too lazy to go downstairs to take a piss, so I pissed in a cup and tossed it out the window. I'm on the second floor. When I went down to the living room like an hour later, there was a slight smell of morning piss. Well, Magnus, you are a man after my own heart.
Who did that?
Magnus, I could totally see myself doing that. In fact, I often do pee. Well, nowadays, of late, like last week or so, I've been peeing in the toilet. But I used to pee in various containers all the time. And then I'd go and pour it on plants around my yard and the neighbors' yards and stuff.
Are you smoking it?
Smoking my pee? No.
Yeah. Pee kills plants, doesn't it?
Well, it depends on the plant. See, this epiphyllum cactus I have seems to love it. It just goes crazy the more pee I put on it. But other plants it kills. I've killed a couple of cacti by accident trying to pour pee on them.
Sounds like a naughty cactus. One of your cactus. It's like some of the cactuses. They're a little conservative, but one of them loves it.
You think there's a kinky cactus? Do you think it likes being told what to do and kind of like choke, devil stroke?
Taylor is a family show. Okay, well, I think that's going to bring this episode to a close. Thanks for watching Talking with Famous People. It's a short one, 13 minutes of pure golden showers. Have a pleasant evening, and don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.